What's happening, everybody? We're going to finish looking at using the top and bottom bag. Go. Okay, first defensive action we just did on the tether bag was that outside slip. So if I'm in a right lead this way, it was slipping here. Darius is going to demonstrate that a little bit just in the air, facing the camera. And he's not moving his feet, he's just moving his head. We'll do it a couple times. That would be going to the inside, go against the outside. Now if him and I were squared off the way that would look, and I'm going to do all of this off the jab, I'm going to shoot straight for his face and he's going to slip this way. So I throw, again, cool. And that would be the outside slip. Next one's going to be the inside. So instead of going to the leg that was in the lead, he's going to go in this direction. So there's. Again, with real-time application, I'm going to use the jab, try to score, he shoots, he just moves out of the way. You notice too that when he moves, he's not like trying to get into another city. He's just moving enough to miss the punch. So if I threw it, if you looked at actually where my fist was in relation to his face, he's like, I'm going to say like 2 inches away from my fist. That's all he's got to do to protect himself. And go ahead and follow up how you would follow up. If I come in, he's still got his hooks and everything else, he's staying in close. If he would have bailed and overreacted to the punch, he wouldn't have been in line to counter. So that would be the inside, outside slip. Okay, so far, we've gone through slipping back, gone through ducking. Actually, you go right or left, and so it's just a matter of moving this way or this way. Both of these can be done on the bag, same as we did one with Darius. So when I punch, move that way. One more time. Slip this direction, drop down. One more time. Gonna check, make sure the bag's actually hitting. Yep, punch me in the face. Gonna slip to this direction one more time. And that would be your left, right, inside, outside slips. Okay, the last one we're going to go into is a cover. I'm not a huge fan of cover, although sometimes when you're sparring a lot, it does have its place. Basically, the way a cover works is he's going to put his gloves up and he's to take shots. So you'll notice that his elbows are in and he's resting the gloves on his head. There's one reason I'm not a big fan of this for the street, because you don't have gloves on. This hurts a lot more. But you'll notice that when he makes this shell, go ahead. When he makes that shell, I can throw pretty heavy shots and he's pretty well protected. So I go here. Again, not something I really recommend for a street thing or whatever else, but a good skill to have. It also toughens you up a little bit, gets you used to taking some shots. Cool. Last, and in my opinion least, is a cover. I'm not a huge fan of doing this, but it does have its place in training. Essentially what you're going to do, put your hands up, and you're basically going to absorb the blow that way. If you look from this direction, my hands were against my head. If they were out when I got hit, I just end up punching myself. And then the elbows against the body are actually in sort of a support frame. People also do it where they kind of keep their hands up this way and they peekaboo it. This is one of those things that I have nothing better to do, so I'm going to cover. You know, I'm kind of screwed for whatever reason. I can't do what I would normally do. I think it's good to practice, and I think it's also good to use in training because you are kind of absorbing shots and it builds a little bit of toughness. So I think it's a good thing to work on. We're going to do this on the bag. Pretty simple. You throw the jab, back, and cover. One more time. Cover. One more time. Cover. Now you're covering. Okay, we got 5 defenses. First one, slip back. Second one, duck. Third one, slip into this side. Fourth one, slip into that side. Can take a step if you want. Kind of good to practice it without also. And then of course you have your cover. Some other ones we might cover later in another installment would be a shoulder roll, the weaving, and some others. But those 5 are enough to get you started. Really good to practice this on a regular routine on the bag. I honestly feel, and I did this for a long time, that alternating every other day between the top and bottom bag and the heavy bag is going to bring your boxing skills and your kicking skills. Kick this a lot too, although I haven't done it in a while, so I'm kind of rusty. It's going to bring your kickboxing skills to a high level. Next, what we want to look at is counterattack, obviously. You know, if the guy throws a shot and we kind of get out of the way, we want to be able to get our own in there. We're going to take everything off of being a jab cross, and now we're going to practice a little bit of punching combination. Later on, we'll add a hook, uppercut, and you're going to see that that's going to make the bag do even more weird things. And as we practice more, we can tune that. First thing I want you to do is there's a kind of beat, a cadence when you hit this thing. If you notice, I can either hit it on the first turn or and then hit it. So instead of on the first beat, I'm hitting it on the second beat. When you're starting out and you don't quite have the speed, feel free to hit it on the second beat. As you get a little faster, get it on the first beat. And even when you do get faster, practice hitting it on the second beat too. That kind of broken rhythm, being able to control when you shoot your shot is very important. So we have 3 punches, and in between the first and the second, we're going to have a slipping motion. And we're going to go through all of them that way. So let's take the duck, for example. I fire, come down, I come back, and I jab cross. One more time. Jab cross. Again, if you can't get it on the first beat after the duck, take it out on the second beat. And then aspire and start working to get it on the first beat. Let's take our slip to the outside, or our right slip. Hit it, slip this one, screw that up. Let's take slipping this way, hit it, come here, jab cross. Take that jab cross combination, go through all of your slipping motions and add that at the end. I appreciate you guys checking out this video. Hope you got something out of it. We're going to be back more on this piece of equipment, show you some other ways you can develop your fighting skills. Thanks much. Bye.